Good morning, all. We're back to our video. Our lesson. Today we shall discuss how the three. Alright, I confirmed the video that it's running. We're going to modify the login process and allow admin user to create. We want to allow admin user to create users, and then we're as well going to modify the login window of root user. Instead of instead of allowing only root user to log in here, I don't want us to keep creating login forms over and over. So I'm going to kind of modify this window. We change the name to login, and then we're going to add another combo box here. And then from the combo box, we list out by the combo box. In the combo box, we are going to list out the number of users who are allowed to log in. Each user will be there, admin user and other users like storekeeper and the rest, based on the development at hand, which is AEC. So let's go to the source code and run the application for the second time, so we know what we are supposed to start with. This is the landing page of the app, the main page. The page we have embedded within the main class. So, and this root user, it's here. So I will start with the root user. I will refactor it. If you want to change the name of anything here, is it visible? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Let me magnify so others can see very clearly. Alright, so this is our project folder. When we run the app, it runs this way, right? And we want to edit, we want to modify this to accept other users. So we're going to do that right from the name of the package. Name of the frame, JFrame. So if I want to change the name, I come to refactor and I move to rename. Okay, right click, move to refactor and point to refactor and move to rename, and it will open. Right, it has opened. So then I would like to just see login window or just login. All right, so login, I think it's okay. Then I can, let me use a small case, login. Alright, I shouldn't confuse myself. Alright, that it's a convention that whenever you're creating a class, you begin with a capital letter, but it's just a convention. So I rename it to that, but actually it's going to affect some of our programs here, like the main. Okay, it has refactor. Okay, so you see good user for refactor. It has done the refactor instead of you just say by saying edit. So you have to go and do others yourself. I don't know if you are getting it. So it has refactored all. It has changed all. Then I will move in and change the title to only what? To only login. So let's run and see how it's going to run. Alright, you see changes have been done, right? And it's working correctly. So if you click, you'll be asked to enter. When you are done at production environment, you're not supposed to leave that the exception, the object of the exception. All right. So So we're going to do two things here. We're going to add a kind of close button, I think, and then we're going to introduce one text box, one combo box and its level user type. So let's quickly move to the design, and in the design over here, I'm going to introduce another level. I'm introducing another level here. You see, it has given me a proportional distance. So let me quickly edit it to user type, and I'll change the variable name to LBL user type. Okay, and here I will introduce a combo box here, and I'll move it this way. Right, this is the baseline, right? So I'll move this down. This should be aligned with these guys, and it has to be what kind of alignment? Is it right or left? Left aligned. All right, and this also should come over here, and maybe I will right, since it is login window, do you need a close button? I don't think if you do. This also aligned, and let me resize the. I think it's okay now. Okay, so let's align these ones as well to the right, to the right. If you align to the left, you see what will happen. The zigzag format this way should be at the other side, so you align it this way. This has been done in our one of the lessons. All right, let me align this. Is it at the baseline? All right. Okay. So let me realign in case if anything had occurred, and this way, and this I will align it with these ones as well. So I think it's okay now. Okay. So let's quickly deal with this combo box and integrate it in our functionality for the login. So there are a lot of ways you can add your items over here. You can add them programmatically. You can as well add them using this UI builder. You can move to where is it? Properties, binding, event. There's something called let me see, maybe I'll add it from here. What is the name of the combo box? I haven't given it a name. You move to change variable name. Let me see, combo types, combo user types. Okay, and I will come to source. Let me add them programmatically from the init here. From the constructor, one of the constructor. So I will call the name of the combo. The combo box is combo user types. Then I will add item. And the item I'm adding for now is select user type. So if you run it, select user type, item 1 2 3 4. Okay, so you see this I added using the program. Okay, so let's check on how to add it using. Let me come to properties, and we come to, I forgot, is it binding or something? Let me check. No, I forgot this. I'm sorry, I have to stop this video. I forgot the process of adding.
It's like models.
Model?
Yes. Properties.
Properties, models. Okay, models.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Yes, models. Right. So this is how you add programmer. Using the. You see, I'm used to writing codes actually. In most cases, if you're wasting time to check on this thing, sometimes it's somehow. So adding programmatically, we've added and we've seen a kind of result here. I think one of the results is this. Video is going on. All right. So now what we have added is select user. Let me now replace it with this. Let it be one. Let it be the first thing. Select user type. All right. So maybe the next one will be root. Then we have maybe admin. There could be many admins. Okay. So we have admin, and let me start with sales manager here. Sales manager, and next is storekeeper. Storekeeper. This way, right? And cashier. That could be other people like sales personnel or something. You can write anyone you like. Okay. So then you okay it and close. So if you run the program, okay, for now, yes, if you run the program after saving, this is how it looks like. You see, this is the one I added programmatically. So it listed all those ones first before this. So I will remove the one I added programmatically, which is select user. Everything has been added from the other side, that is from the query builder. UI builder, sorry. So you go to source and move to where you have added it. This is where we have done the add item at the constructor. You know, anytime you run your app, constructor must execute. Constructor must be executed. So please, this is what we have. Root, admin, sales manager, storekeeper, cashier. Okay. It's like I left a space over there, so let me go back there and remove that that space I left. So model, come here. You see the space I left over. Okay, so I will okay it. I will run our application for the second time, and it runs to this. So if you click, this is it, right? Good one. So now we want situation whereby when you do not select anything, it will stop at this point, right? Is it? When you select root, it shows root. So let's quickly move to the source code and to the login window, login button action performed, which is here. Is it? So let's quickly test some things here. The first thing you need to know is that you need to collect information from the combo box. As it has been entered by the user, then you collect some kind of info here. Is it? Here, if you select, anything selected here should be collected by you from the back end through your Java program and via this combo box component. So let's now start. Let me now let's see string user type equals to type of user. We have a combo here. Or for you to understand something here, let me just leave this as an initialized local variable. So I'll come to it later. Let me now introduce the combo box. Or let me just collect it and pass it over. The combo user type, right? Dot get selected what? All those things are items, please. If you select index, you are selecting the index of the item. Root user is index what? Do you know how how combo box counts its index? Anyway, maybe we may test it later. All right. So set selected item this way. And now we have to add the string inside there. Yes, if you say dot to string, the problem solves. Otherwise, you have to cast. You do typecasting with string. Yes. So let me now give you two ways. The one I have done right now, dot to string. Okay. If the problem is not solved, then you have to cast it this way. That means you are going to use the second method, which is this. So this now you do this, okay? This is what we call typecasting, string. All right. You see, you casted this because this is an item. This side, the value is an item, and this is a string. So you need to cast one. All right. I don't know if you understand what we did. It's like I erased something. I erased this username while writing. All right. So let's go by this. It is the easiest one. So now let's print out and see what we have, if it is correct. Okay. Let me just print it out here. So we'll confirm that we're doing the right thing. I don't know if you understand what I'm doing. If I print out this, okay, not error, print out. For example, print out. Okay, I can test it here. If I move it in here, then I have to supply everything for it to work, right? So let me just leave it the way it is, and I'll run. So now by doing that, if I click on this, of course there will be an error because nothing has been supplied. So let me move to that. You see, user type. Okay, is it within quote? I put it. All right, it should be a variable, please. Should be a variable, not a user type. So let me run it again. Right, if I click, this is not our aim. I just want to see something here. Select user type, because that's what has been selected there, right? So let me now select root and click. Can you see root? So that means it is working. Is it? Good. So now let's do the right thing. What is the right thing? It's for us to collect what has been supplied here. We use it, and then we push it to the logging process. Okay, are we there?
Yes.
So here I'm now okay with this. This can go. We're done with it. So this is our logging process here. Collect and to pass it through here. So let's do it this way. If it is root, you can just create methods if you like to test all these things, because for root we need this. If it is not root, we need something different, is it?
Yes.
Yeah. So let me create or not necessarily a method.
Now if I use if.
Of course it is if.
Yes.
Even with the if, you can use method. So you pass across username, password, and then it will as parameters. But I know that process might be somehow tricky to some other people. So let's do something here.
If statement wajen else ɗin ba za mu sa sai root user abin nan ɗin.
Yes, that's what I'm doing now.
So this is our original.
Don't worry, I've seen it there. Let's go through. If user type, if this the get text, okay, already we've gotten the text. If it equals this, ignore case, what? Root. Since we said ignore case, you don't need to mention that this has been capitalized. The first R has been capitalized. Okay. If it is this, then we are doing login for what? Login process for root, right? You said okay. Then you now introduce else if it is, let me just use this one. If it equals admin, right? Is it? So this is login process for admin login process. If it is sales manager, is that how we spelled it? With S? Yeah, sales manager. Then this is the process. For sales manager. Else if it is storekeeper, then this is the login process for storekeeper. And the last one is cashier, right? Cashier. I think cashier was spelled this way. So this for cashier. Else, the default else. Then you print out to the user that what? Invalid username or invalid user type rather, right? This will convert it to JOF champion later. So this is the process. This is how you do. But do you know you must not do this? We're just doing this for some beginner, developers or programmers. You don't need to do this. You can just test. But then I told you, if you want to test, you can just you must not even introduce this user type. You can just leave it username, password, then you test within these 3 or 4 users. If it is not there, then you set invalid user. But then you must deny somebody, whether cashier, storekeeper, whosoever, admin. No one should use same username with another person. But let's don't go by this. It's also okay because it gives a kind of segregation between users. So for root user, we already have what we have developed here. So you just cut it and move it into root users portion, which is here. Root user login codes, for example. Okay, so this is the login codes for root user. Is it from here to here? The login process for admin is different. This for user, we're creating connection and passing to the database. If the connection is okay, it enables. But this one, we have already created one table and we call it what? We call it users. Sorry, admin users for admin. Okay, so this is what we are going to test. We'll select from this table to testify that user is being here. That is, user has been created here. That the username and password passed by user are here in existence. They exist in the table. So let's now do something here. Let us concentrate on the admin login process here. So we have to create. This is our URL, okay, and this is alright. Yes, this is the connection, right? So we have to create connection again. I told you the other time that you can create one connection and then continue to use. I don't know if we can practice it now. Can we practice it?
Yes.
Alright, so let's create one method called connection, and then we call it whenever we need connectivity. So public void connect to DB, end of the method. Sorry, what is this? End of the method. Connect to DB as a method, right? Okay, of course it has to be independent. This is within this method. I created within the method, so it has to be a method on its own. Connect to DB. So this is the one we're going to use to do everything for us. So that means our connection and our connection must be public. Okay, we have to create the connection to be public, and then we carry out other things. You can also create your prepare statement to be public if you like, not necessarily. So already we have connection here and prepare statement, so we don't have much issue here. So let me get the connecting string from this customer class. We don't have to reinvent the wheel since we've already done it. This is what we use to connect, is it? These two. Are we understanding? Yeah, that's what we use to connect. So let me pick up even with this small portion of the query, and I'll move it there. So I'll now put in inside here. connection string. Okay, it's not connection string is not there. Where have I connected? The dot for name, this one, class dot for name. So you know this, there has to be an arrow here because they had to be within try catch. Is it? So let me now cut them, and I will introduce try catch. Okay. I introduce try catch here, and this is where I paste this. This loads our JDBC driver, and this does the connection. And then we're dealing with same thing. Oh, this root. Okay. If you want to change user, you can change user, but it has to be a user created within this database. All right. So now, this is all we need here. So whenever we call this, whenever we call this, we pass connectivity here. Whenever we call this connect to DB, it will do this for you. So if you like, you can introduce a catch here. Okay, error in connection with a J option pin. That's if you like. J option pin to show message. Or that, copied this from. Let me just copy it from here, so we don't mess. Okay, even here we didn't put it. I don't know the reason, but let me just pick this. Okay, so sorry, the something is arrow. Connection, right? Or connectivity. Arrow in DB connection. Okay, then this is the label of the option pin. That is the title, DB connection error, and this is it. So if you like, you can add this at development process, development environment. Okay, plus E. So you see all that is there. Are we getting it? So this is our connection, connect to DB. So whenever I want to connect to DB, I will have to call it. So how do I call this? If I want to call it, this is where we wanted to start doing the functionalities for this. So I must have to always call or invoke the connect to DB method, so I don't have to connect again and again. Okay, invoke the connect to DB. You say is what? No, it's admin. Already connection has been done here. You don't need to waste your time here. This is where you need to do this. So then you begin your query. So how are we going to do this? We're going to check. So this is what I will do. I'll try and cast this. Okay. So the process now, I think you now understand. I'll only pass my query without doing all this connectivity since it has been done here. Okay, so here I'll select from, I want to check if, let us check this query. We want to check if, select from where username, equals something, and password equals what? Something here. So okay, so this is the first thing we have, right? The quotation of you can even use single. That should not be the problem. So if I copy the username and paste it here, and the password 123, okay, and then we run this query. Can you see we have it even twice? This was before the validation, right? So this exists. What if somebody wanted to do this and he supplied a wrong password, like maybe 1234? Can you see that it is not there? So this is what you're going to use to check whether it has been there or not, since it is a table we created. Because if you are going to host your application somewhere and you don't have the full privilege to create users or something, so you have to do this. So do we understand the query? Let's now move to our source code and write this query. Where is it? All right, here. So select from, let me pick the table name so we don't waste time. Adminusers. Okay. So you come over here, select from this. Oh, sorry. Where is it? Yeah, it is. So you select from this, where username, you represent it with placeholder, and password with another placeholder. It has to be 2. So then you execute your query and put it under a kind of something here. You execute your query, which is what? ps dot execute what? Thank you. Execute query, since it is a select. It is a select statement, the execute query. So if it executes correctly, then you allow what? You allow login. So you can there and then check from your result set. I hate this setup. It's really disturbing me. I hate it. If you cannot contribute, you should just listen, please. RS equals to this. So you check. If RS if it is .next, that means if there is something inside, then you allow what? That means he has logged in successfully. Are we there? So when he logs in successfully, what is the expectation? He needs to see where he can, because this is an admin user, he needs to see a form where he can create what? Where he can create users. Is it? I think we didn't. That means the login. I mean, admin user root. Do we have it? I mean, admin user main. Do we have it? I don't think if you have it. Admin user creation window. It is not. This is where you create admin user when you log in as root. So we need to have admin user main. Okay. So before then, let us test what we have done here before we move to creating the main for admin user. This invoke the connection. It's like we are staying more than necessary. Okay. This. So let's say, let us print something for us to understand what. Okay, so let's print something. Let me just say success. We understand, right? And else of it is what? Not success, right? Not right? Is it? So let's test it. Let me close all these ones. So let's now pass root user first. Root, and I'm supplying the password for the root, and I click this. What is that? Okay, it's only invalid user type. Okay, because I did not select root, right?
Yes.
So it has now logged in, right? Is it? Here is it, right? So for that invalid user type, we are not supposed to say invalid user type. We're supposed to print out something from the J option pane that says what? Please select user. If someone selected what? Do you know where invalid user type has occurred? This is where, this, right?
Yes.
This is where it has happened. Because we said else if it is not selected from the 3 user type. So please let's make this, if it is select user type, so we'll print out what? We're going to print out that please select user. That means you have not selected user, and else we do that. So let me add another one here. It's very important. So let me see how we have done the spelling of the information here. Select user type, right? Select user type. So it has to be same. Select user, I think in one word, user type. So here we are testing, it's not a login process for any. We're just testing, we want to deny something from happening here. So if you select this, that means if you do not select anything, it will tell you that you should go and select it. So let me copy this J option pane and make some changes here, please. This now, you tell the person that please what? Thank you. Please select user type. Okay, I don't have E here, so I don't need it. This is login error, right? It's not connection, login error. So this is what we have. Now let's run. If you do not select anything, you click, it tells you what? Please do what? All right, so that is it, which we have gotten what we want. If you select root and click, it opens to, but I didn't enter anything here. So if I enter this, all right, if I click, it logs to, okay, I didn't enter the correct password. Okay, correct password now, it has entered, right? Okay, so let's now test what we have done for admin user. Is it? Now admin user. Let me check from what we have here. Which among these? I don't want to use Abdurrahman again. Let me check for another person. All right, can we see? Let me pick this Ashir, and the password is ABC. Let me run again. So this is the username, ABC. So you see, I didn't select anything here, right? If I click, it tells me please select user type. Is it? Good. But then if I select the actual user and click, it prints out something. It's expected to print out something here. That is if you are correct. Let me check our work a bit. Did I print something if it is okay? What did I say? Okay, success, right? Select from users where username. Okay, sorry, I didn't pass parameters. I'm sorry. Parameters need to be passed here. Accrued. Need to pass it. That's why it is always good for you to print out this your exception, please. Okay, it's always good, because had it been I printed exception, it would have told me the problem I had faced, or I had committed here. This, if you write this and now say plus E, so it will tell you the problem, since you have employed the services of the instance of the exception. So we need to pass parameters, and nobody remember among you. I was so eager to finish this. Prepare statement dot set string, the first string 1, and which is what? Username. Did we collect username within here? We did not, and it is not a global something. So I guess we're going to make this global, so we don't keep collecting from within every, you know. Okay, let me see if it is accessible. Since it is within same method, it will. It is within. We declare it outside this small block of control structure. It will really work. 2, then password. Okay, so let's run. When we run username, I can recall 1. This is the password. Okay, and I will select. Let's try selecting root. If you click, it tells you what? Error, because it is not known. But then if I select admin and click, then you check here success. All right, so it's not success we need to pull out the main for who, the main method for admin users. So let's create it here. The main method, you click on the project folder and select add what? JFrame, and then you come up, you write the admin users main. That's all. If you like dashboard or anything, then the package should be same package. Okay, and then you run. So this is your main. Let me quickly add a panel. Okay, I hope it's seen. So let's quickly give the panel a kind of border or something, since we're not going to add functionalities for now. Line border, right? So let's say title border. Let me move to here and write what? Admin users what? Main what? Main window. Good. Okay, and okay this. Okay, so this is what we are supposed to pull out. So admin user will utilize this window to create users. Are we understanding? So login. Yeah, from here. So instead of success, please let me erase success and do the right thing here. What is the right thing? I will now invoke the admin users main window. I will invoke the constructor for it, and then it gets dot show message. Good. We invoked the class or the constructor. This is the constructor of the Adminuser Java class, which is a JFrame. So let's now do a kind of test. If I put in the username and giving the password, and then I select the admin and I click, it opens this, right? So let's quickly correct it. Let it be opening from Adminusers main. Let it be opening from center. You move to, where is the property? Property of the Adminusers main JFrame itself, property of the JFrame. We come to codes and make center here. Is it? And okay it. Right, run again. Alright, it has run. If you do know something, with this I tested this. So here, let me now enter a wrong password and click. Please select user type. I did not select user type. I selected user type now and I click. We didn't put the J option pane, but if you check in here, it says what? Not success. So let's quickly do it, please. Since this is success, not success, let it be in J option pane. Let's quickly do that. Okay. Here, I think after this we'll have to stop this video and we continue next time. This okay, so you see, for this now, you don't have to do it here. If you want to be seeing your what is it called, your E, you can do it either here or here, but the best is here within the catch, so it tells you what happened. Okay, so let me even remove this else and come in here. Okay, now not successful, right? Not login error, right? Login error. So you tell us at development environment, what is the error? When you're done, you remove it. Login error here, it's correct. So if you run, this is the username, not a correct password. If I click without selecting, it tells you please select user type. If I select user type, a different user type, and I click, it tells it did not even show anything, maybe somewhere else, because we haven't done functionality for this source manager, right? But if I click on root and click, it tells me not correct user, the password not correct, and even this is not known. If I select the correct thing and click and I pass, it is not responding. I don't know. You have to check and check. The password is not correct. It's supposed to tell you the password is not correct. Okay, but then let's put in the correct password. It has logged in successfully. So let's check. We're supposed to be having kind of response. Okay, let me introduce this else part. And I'll remove this E. So let's see what is happening now. Okay, of course this must be there because we introduced it's a control structure, if and else if. So this user, not a correct password, but a correct user type. Okay, when you click, login error. Just login error. Okay, so but a correct password and click, it's correct. All right, Actually, it is not. When it is not there, it is not an exception, right? It is not an exception if it is not there. If username password is not there, it's not an exception. Only that the result is not there. Since we said if this, right? So this is the else of it. You can start with not next and invert it. So you may write something here very important to the user. You may say username or password, incorrect username or password. Okay, incorrect username or password. You can check on either if you like, but for this one, for exception to occur, there has to be an error. Either maybe you did not supply something, a parameter or something, but this is a result. You are checking on the result set. Okay, so I think we're going to stop here, and then we continue from in the next video. So I think we have done this much. If somebody supplies correct username password, he logs in. If the username or password is not correct, the system denies him from logging in. So we're going to do for all of other users. So if the password is not correct, and then you select the admin and click, it tells you incorrect username or password. So you check among these two. Okay, and then if it is correct, it logs in. Okay, if you select a different user, you see a message that it is not known. If user has not been selected, okay, if user has not been selected and you click, it tells you select username. What if I select admin and I'm not created as admin? If I introduce 123 here or 23123 something, if I click, it tells you incorrect username or password because this is not known in the DB. Okay, and when you supply the correct things here, correct credentials, and both username and password are correct, and then correct user type, then you log in and it takes you to where appropriate. This is the admin users, admin users main window where you create other users, and then from there they begin to access the services or the facilities of the application. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and watch these videos. Thank you so much.